and turn around and have a great game today. Thrilled that he's in our life and in our program. And I thought today was really special for him. The 17 and 10, and then we found ourselves in some odd small ball lineups with him at the 5, and I thought those threes in the second half were really special. And then that last pass, I think, just shows that he is a unicorn, and the ability to dribble, pass, and shoot at his size is special. And then I'm just thankful that we're finally getting to the point, like my buddy Alvin Brooks says, that's 3 games in a row with some single boring habits. And the defensive field goal percentage at 32 is a big step forward for us. And I can't remember the last time we only gave up 3 threes. So the fact that we finally figured out how to go to 3-point line is a big deal for us. Now, we weren't great on the glass, which we've been recently, but I would say 21 assists on 30 baskets. And the overall defensive field goal percentage is something to be really proud of. So any questions you have?
What were you kind of expecting from Pulse today, and what was working so well for you guys offensively?
Yeah, I think we sold the heck out of the fact that they've been in a lot of close games. They had a win in the last 5, an overtime game in the last 5. I think they only lost by 3 at Tulane. We struggled at Tulane. This league is defined so much by close possession games, so they probably got sick of me saying how good Tulsa can be. And then I thought, because of the tempo, we had to be really efficient, and I think that's where the assist thing came from. We passed on good, and we went good, better, best. There was moments where we took the first shot. It just wasn't the right thing, and when we got out of that, we were pretty good. And then we had to run when we could run, because if they can play with the lead, then that tempo thing really hurts you. So being able to play with the lead, I thought, was an advantage for us, especially on the road.
It seemed like y'all were able, even I guess you talked about not being stabbed with the rebounding situation as you wanted to, but it seemed like you kind of out-physical those guys a little bit, especially kind of maybe toward the end, you kind of got pretty much anything that you wanted to. And that's...
Yeah, I mean, I thought they broke down, but I think our sharing is what caused it. Sometimes when you get frustrated, it's because you can't keep up with the ball movement. And I'd say that there's good basketball in there. We were really impressed with their guard play. And on the whole, I just felt like, Fran Fraschilla says that there's 3 games a year. Nobody's going to beat you 3 games a year. You're not going to beat anybody. And then there's who you are. And this is probably one of those 3. And we probably won't overanalyze it. We need to watch this game and move on to Charlotte and stay on the top of our game.
How much satisfaction you get televised plus wanting be on TV on the road?
Yeah, I think that's.
I guess even though you say you might want to watch it because it was so dominant, how much you pull from it?
I'm really thankful that our league has done such a good job. I think the commissioner and the guys that run our basketball league putting us on ESPN, the deal that was just signed, is really good for us. And to get a TV game now and then turn around and get a big Monday game, I mean, that's a special thing from our league, and I want to say thank you to the American for that. And then as far as getting wrapped up in the other stuff, I think coaches don't need any credit. At the end of the day, the guys did this today. They deserve the credit, and I'm glad that they saw this guy get a double-double on national TV. And the greatest gift for me is seeing these guys get what they work so hard for.
Robbie?
Hey, Coach. You mentioned after the rebound improvement that Caleb was kind of the spirit of that. Is there kind of any story to the defensive improvement today, or is it just a collective team effort?
No, I think that's collective. I believe these guys have bought in. I think our switching's better. We've changed our ball screen coverage. We've changed the way we close out. I would say we changed our gap height, and then how high we're willing to switch, and the way we cover each other's back after that. So we've been tinkering with this thing for a while, but defense is mostly fixed through effort and energy, and I think our guys have just turned the corner. And we've had 20-something games under our belt now, and they've decided they're going to get better, and they're taking it personal. And the last 2 weeks, I thought, in practice, I'm so thankful, because it feels like for a while we were a coach-led team, and now we're a player-led team. And you don't ever know when that's going to happen, but at least for this 2 weeks it's happened, so I'm thankful for that.
Bob, I want to ask you, great game tonight, but I want to ask about that pass down low to Matas there. How much has a pass like that helped by now you guys have played 20 games together, and is there kind of a sense in the back of your mind, you may not be able to see him, but you know he's going to be there?
Yeah, I mean, I was driving middle, and I just saw him cut a little bit under the rim, and I saw his man just looking at me. And I already jumped off of 1 foot, so I was just trying to get it to him, and thankfully it did.
Hey, Coach. Hey, Baba. Congrats on the win. Coach, this team made 7 blocks today, and of those 5 blocks, 5 of those 7 blocks, 5 came from Trey Carroll. Considering the block party he had, how would you attribute his growth on the defensive side of the ball has helped the team elevate throughout these past 3 games with the win streak and since he's been a starter for the team?
Yeah, I think between Matas, Baba, KG, and Trey, you're kind of looking, constantly going from small ball to big ball, how often you switch, how often you don't. But the thing I think Trey has done a really good job of is when there's a moment to leave his guy to go rim protect, or we're scramming our guard out and switches and are sending our big back down to the rim as often as we can. Both those things have helped Trey, but I would guess at least 3 of the 5 is when he was leaving somebody to rotate. And so his rotations on time and then our guards being tough enough to crack down behind have really helped. But I thought for the first 2 months, we kind of like a half second late on our block rotations, and we're getting closer to being on time. And with our size and Trey's timing, I think, or we're hoping that'll continue. But Trey for sure took a step forward today.
And looking at the 3-point game, it's obvious that you guys dominated on both sides of the ball on offense and defense, making the threes as they go, and while limiting Tulsa's attempts from downtown, limiting their makes. How important will it be to maintain that level of defensive effort for the remainder of conference play?
Yeah, we're not doing anything down the stretch or in postseason if we can't guard the 3-point line. Conference tournaments and NCAA tournament games are completely defined by those odd games where somebody makes over 10 threes. And if you're the one that gives that up, postseason is going to be done quick. So we know the 3-point line is really important. And on the other side, how lucky are we? I mean, this guy making 3 of 3 in such meaningful ways. I know other people have guards that can make shots, but to have somebody like him at his size, it's a really special thing, especially against a team that plugs as deep as they do on their defense. The fact that we can throw back to our big and it's always a closeout, really special. So let's credit him some on the offensive end for lifting our 3-point shot up today, but defensively, I think the guys are finally taking steps.
How much would you say the overall communication, both on the offensive end and defensive end, has improved?
In the last 2 weeks, the crazy thing is these guys love each other. Like, you send them out to dinner and they don't shut up. They talk the whole time. And then you put them on the basketball court and then all of a sudden silence comes. And I think that's changed in the last couple of weeks. We always say you can hear Coach AD on defense in the first half because they play in front of us. But will we hear you on the second half when you don't play in front of us and we can't call the scout out? And today we heard him on the other end. So it's not perfect, but I said it earlier. Really good teams are player-led, and the last 3 games we've been player-led. And this guy's a big part of that, but I would say a bunch are. So we're looking to grow from there, and we'll see how it goes on Monday.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Baba.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, Coach. Thanks, Baba.